Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and it is time once more for that weekly painting progress, which we attempt to actually fulfill on a weekly basis, believe it or not, and so far, so good. I know we've had a few hiccups here and there this year, but as you can see by the extensive amount of videos backlogged, we're still going to be going at it. So, let's get things started off. We've got another of the Uty Consortium that my brother, Mr. Percival Sparkletrout, has painted up. I know he wasn't very happy with the paint job. I think it came out pretty decent, considering how zoomed in things are. I'm going to ignore him in this case. Maybe I just didn't do the best support removal job on her. Got a bit of that yellow vibe going with the whole industrial miner look, and you'll notice she is fully clothed and armored, which is a change. Sometimes the Uty Consortium tend to go into battle without any clothing at all, if that's something you're interested in. As always, we'll have those links down below. You can check them out and peruse to your heart's content. Alright, I have been cleaning through random models. I've been in a bit of a comic mood lately, so I printed up, well no, I didn't print up, I painted up, I should say, one of the space Martian robot guys. And I mean, it's a fairly blah paint job, but that's okay considering this is zoomed in at like 3 times magnification, and it looks all right. I figure for tabletop standard, it's going to get the job done. You can see one of the bristles of the crappy brushes I've been using that are completely disintegrating right there by my thumb. All right, what else do we have? We've got Noah from Xenoblade III, whose eyes I did an awful job on, but I think otherwise I did okay. Got his sword. I mean, I got the sword for the most part. Is it the best paint job? No. From a distance, the eyes are awful, but yeah, I think it's alright. This is from Erkman's Minis, who continues to just absolutely distract me with more and more interesting models. If you have any similar tastes to mine in terms of video games or media of whatever variety, chances are you're going to find models there that you'll enjoy too. I know I have on far too many occasions, and hopefully we'll get some of those guys done. We're not even going to talk about how many unfinished Erkman models I've got laying around. Probably less than some of you. Alright, this is a real treat because this is a really obscure model that I'm going to bust out right now. And we're going to see some more of these guys. This is part of the Furyband Clan. And again, you can see one of those little bristles from the paintbrush stuck on his shoulder there. See if I can get it off. No, it's like ground in. Oh well. Anyway, the Furyband Clan. And this guy is the most normal looking of the bunch. Or I should say the most healthy looking of the bunch. That's going to drive me nuts now. I should have just grabbed the tweezers, but I didn't. The reason I say the most healthy looking of the bunch is because most of them are quite plump looking Oni. And these were made by an artist by the name of Denny Coy, who doesn't have a whole lot of models to their name, but there's some pretty enjoyable stuff nonetheless. So I have the whole clan printed, in fact. I don't have them handy, but you know, as I've said on many occasions, and I just said like a moment ago, we have those links. Check them out yourselves. There's some interesting stuff there. Always cool to support up-and-coming artists. Alright, what else do we got here? A random Acusd. Every now and then I will paint some GW proper. Very quick, dry brushing job, but it gets the job done. I probably should have done something with his face. Make it more apparent, but you know, he's done. Moving on to the bigger and badder ones from that set. Well, I don't really have that many 3D printed models for once. Started working on some of the Hoplites for the city-states because I've got a bunch of city-states models that are somewhere in transit from my house to who knows where. From who knows where. I know where they are, but I'm not going to badmouth anybody. I don't know what the deal is. I actually messaged the company that I ordered them from, and they were scratching their heads too. So I'm sure they'll show up eventually. But I did start putting together a bunch of these guys, and for whatever reason, the Tamiya sealer that I used really just doesn't like the color silver and really dulls it down. I wanted to have them have big, shiny silver spears. I thought that would be kind of fun to have. And you'll notice that they have all kinds of cybernetic prosthesis limbs here and there. Some of the guys actually have metal legs. Just overall cool looking models. But the real fun stuff is coming. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So hopefully we'll see those very soon. Keep your eyes peeled once those show up. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. I think it says these models shipped, but you know the post office is. All right. So getting back to GW proper, for whatever reason, I really liked the Kruleboyz Warband for Warcry, the Monster Killas or whatever they're called. And man, that green is not coming across the right way on camera. It's a lot more yellowy in person. It looks very vibrantly green on camera. But yeah, I got a good chunk of the Warband finished now. I didn't ever bother putting a video up. I didn't know if anybody even cared. I mean, I guess I could by the time I'm done. I'm doing the monkeys at the moment. We'll get our little goblin friend. And I mean, no, these are not goblins. They are on 32mm bases. Lots of quick dry brushing, and unfortunately those details do not seem like they want to become apparent today. It's just being overcast by that green of their skin. Look at the horrible sprue removal there. Blech. But I did get everything painted. You can't see their eyes, unfortunately. I did actually paint them. You can kind of see his. I just love the look of these guys. Oh, I forgot to paint one of the bones there. For shame. I guess we'll fix that up. They're just fun, weird, interesting models. They're all dressed funky. Furs, rags, bones, scales. Again, they're just dressed very interesting. I got some kind of stringy dog hair. We don't want dog hair on our models. Absolutely not. So these are all the grunts that come in the set. You get 3 of them. You get the beast caller guy who's yelling, "Hey, you guys," at his simian friends who all have to get finished painting. And then you've got a little grot guy carrying an egg. And then you got the big boss man. I feel like I did a somewhat decent job considering a lot of this is just dry brushing. I was kind of impressed with myself. I wanted to get it done. I wanted to get it done quickly. That was my challenge this week, and I feel like I've succeeded in that regard. You know, he is painted. I even got all those little cracks and crevices that are kind of a pain to get to, but everything is done on him. So, hurrah for me. But he's just a fun-looking model. Dude looks like he means business. He's on a 40mm base, too. So don't let the size be fooling you here. So, like, if I grab the Uty girls, you can see here, they are quite small in comparison. Like, do I have any, like, normal-sized people? Erkman stuff tends to be a little bit taller, almost like Conquest size. I don't find that an issue, but, you know, the joys of 3D printing, you can always scale it down if that's something you need to do. I'll try to zoom it out a little bit so you can see as I pound away on the camera there. And I thought I saw some other Uty girls laying around here that I should have given back to my brother, but obviously I didn't know I still had. Why, there's a whole squad of them hanging around here. Okay, well, that's convenient. In fact, I just 3D printed a bunch of the modular ones, which, yeah, at this size, I mean, I know some people really like their modular models, but I prefer them a little bit larger than this. I want to say she was actually a monopose piece, but man, some of these girls, like, they had the individual shoulder pads, the little camera things, all that stuff. That's tough. That's really tough for me. Got big old fingers. You ladies have to wait. You weren't painted this week, so trying to get a final head count to Sparkle Trouts won versus my whole gang. Of course, in my defense, some of them have been sitting around for some time. But yeah, I think I built these guys last week on Sunday. So, yeah. And I started the Hoplites earlier in the week as well. So I think that's pretty stinking good on my part. Hopefully all you guys out there are keeping busy, keeping healthy, and keeping those brushes in better shape than mine. I'm going to have to get some new ones again. Maybe if I stop buying the crappy ones, that would probably help. But I'm like, I'd rather spend the money on cool stuff, you know, than brushes. Even if I have decent brushes, I feel like I still just burn through them. But then you see how much stuff my regular output is on these videos, and maybe you understand a bit why. At the very least, I'm looking forward to the fact we have daylight savings time. It's already dark when I'm filming this, and it's like the middle of the afternoon here. I've got a 3-day weekend coming up. My report card grades are all finished and turned in. I'm like, things are good. We're going to get some work done, hopefully. And then with Thanksgiving right around the corner, we have the whole week off at our school district. So I'm hoping beyond hope I'm going to have to drag Sparkle Trout to the table. We're going to have to get some stuff painted and played with. I think that's the only thing we're going to have to be able to do over Thanksgiving. And my wife made the mistake of telling me that while she's visiting her parents the week of Thanksgiving, that she would be willing to bring things home for me. She's like, if you want to put an order in on Amazon or Mandrake or one of those places, it's fine. I'll pick it up for you. Oh, that lady's going to eat those words. Of course, I'm going to catch it when she sees how much I've ordered. But you know what? That's the joy of ordering everything when it like comes out to 10,000 yen and it's barely like $70 and I don't have to pay shipping even. So, oh yeah. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, we've got links to everything down below. If you want to take a look for it yourselves, by all means, enjoy it as much as we have. We're going to try to get this stuff posted on social media. I always try to put that hashtag weekly painting progress, just like the title of these videos. And hopefully you will see some of that stuff if you want a better look at it. Or if you just want to show off your own stuff and let me, you know, sulk and dwell on the fact that you're a better painter than me, by all means, please go on ahead. And with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.